Hey guys, so what's up? I'm back with another not Pokemon video. It's another Yu-Gi-Oh video. I almost said YouTube. Haha, funny jokes. Anyway, so this is a Yu-Gi-Oh deck build. This is the Despots, which for any of you who've seen my Yu-Gi-Oh duels, there's probably 2 or 3 on my channel, but I've pretty much only played with the Despots. I have a hero deck, but it's not very good. And Yu-Gi-Oh is not my main game, so I'm not going to go spending hundreds of dollars on it, because I don't even go tournaments with it, usually. I've played a few, like, little tournaments, but... Anyway, that's not what you came to hear me mumble about. You hear me talk about Despots. Or maybe you're just here because you feel forced to watch my videos because you're my friend and I judge you if you don't watch my videos. Anyway, to the deck build. So, in Yu-Gi-Oh... I'm sorry, I'm adjusting the tripod. It was really bugging me, the position it was in. Really uncomfortable for everyone except you. So me. This is really awkward. I'm super sorry, guys. And I don't know how to edit videos, so... Now I just look super unprofessional. That's... better-ish. So I run... There we go. I run one Despot 1, which I am debating making that 2. But... he's your only tuner in the whole deck, which is not very good for getting the extra deck out. But he has 500 attack and defense, like all Despots. But he gains 500 attack and defense for every machine type on the field. So he can get a lot of attack really fast. Next Despot, Despot 2, you run 3 of them. If you could run 4, I would. I don't know all the rules to Yu-Gi-Oh by heart. But when he is, like, he gets all machine types 500 attack and defense, except for himself. But, so he's just giving. He really just cares about everyone but himself. But the main reason this guy's ran a lot of is because when you special summon him, you gotta special, or you gotta add a Despot card from your deck to your hand. So that's super helpful. It lets you get either yeah, I should probably go through the rest of the deck before I start talking about other cards. 3 Despot 3s, I think that's pretty fair. I wouldn't go 4 if you could. So Despot 3, when he's normal summoned, you get to summon you get to special summon another Despot from your deck, or I think it's hand actually. Yeah, from your deck, so not hand. Which usually ends up being Despot 2, and which you use to get another Despot out. Another cool effect about this guy, he has 500 attack and defense, by the way, but once during your turn, I think before you attack or whatever, you can choose one of your monsters. I think it has to be a Despot. You can read that at your leisure or look it up. But that monster or Despot gains 500 attack and possibly defense. Yeah, for every Despot card on the field. So that's really helpful for getting a lot of extra attack on one single card. Next, the main engine of the deck, or the main defense, I guess, is Despot 4. 3, I think that's fair. I wouldn't go to 4. 3 is a pretty fair number. So Despot 4, again, 500 attack and defense. But this one, whenever he attacks, not during your turn or whatever, whenever he enters a battle, you get to go into your deck and discard any of your Despots. Only one, though, except for Despot 4. So... And there's 9 Despots, 9 different Despot levels. So he can gain a total of like 4,500 extra attack on top of the Despot 2s and Despot 3. And whenever he destroys a monster, you can special summon, and you have to do both, one from your hand and one from your graveyard. So usually you can get rid of, like, if you're lucky, you can get rid of a Despot 2 and special summon 2 during your opponent's turn or something. Only downside to him is that whenever you use his effect, no battle damage is done to your opponent for the rest of the turn. So, it's good for getting rid of things, not good for getting a lot of damage off. Next, you have 2 Despot 5s, and they're strictly used for the Pendulum Zone. I mean, they're not very good. I think whenever you special summon a 5, you get to, like, destroy an opponent's spell or trap card, and then gain 500 attack and defense for every Despot in the extra deck. So, not super helpful. But in the Pendulum Zone, he's great because whenever he... Hold on, let me read it up real quick. Whenever he is destroyed from the Pendulum Zone, you can special summon a Despot from your graveyard. So, he's good. And then goes really along with 6, who has the same effects of gaining attack, 500 attack and defense for every Despot in your extra deck. Although when he is summoned, you can switch a battle position of one of your opponent's monsters, which I have used this effect a few times. And whenever he's destroyed from the Pendulum Zone, you can target one Despot in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So it's not as good as 5 with effects, but it is helpful. And you can notice their pendulums are 1 to 10, so you can special summon any Despot except for 1, which is literally 1. Next, only one of Despot 7. He can be really strong. He gains 500 attack and defense for every Despot in your graveyard, so he's really good late game, and he does piercing battle damage. So, yeah, but there's nothing besides that. Next, 2 Despot 8s, and I see a battery warning on my camera, and I have to film this video again. I'm probably going to kill someone. Anyway, Despot 8 gains 500 attack and defense for every Despot in the graveyard, but it can attack twice, and it's the only Despot you can target with effects. Also, you can only target him with attacks, so he's also semi-helpful. Despot 9, his effect is that he can gain the combined attack of all Despot cards on the field, and you can still do damage to your opponent, but he's mostly used with 1, get Despot Jetsa, which are your extra deck, and they gain 500 attack and defense for every Despot card on the field, so including the field spell and pendulum zones. Their effect, their single effect, is that you can target one Despot you control, destroy it, and either get a new one from your deck or destroy one of your opponent's cards. Gear Giant X, or Gear Giga Giant, or whatever, X, 2 level 4 monsters, and you can detach a material, and you can get a level 4 lower earth type monster, so it is helpful, especially when you're on Gear Giant X and Giant Rat. They basically are used for the same thing. Gear Giant lets you get an earth type, and Giant Rat lets you get an earth type, but it has a much more flexibility, so I'd actually rather run just like 2 or 3 Giant Rats. On to the trap cards, you run a large amount, you run 3. 2 Call of the Haunteds for getting the Despot 2s back. 1 Sekirotsu armor, just why not? A little extra defense. Next for the spells, 3 Despot bases. They give an extra 500 attack and defense to all your Despots, and if you want, you can banish 9 different Despots from your hand, field, or graveyard, and shuffle everything of your opponent's back into his deck. So graveyard, field, and hand, and they draw nothing. So that really messes them up. And the next really isn't too necessary, so if the video cuts out, I'll probably just post it. But machine assembly line, extra 200 attack doesn't hurt, and you can have it in the same time as your Despot base. And whenever a machine type's destroyed, you put 2 junk counters on it, and then you can destroy this and special summon a machine type from your discard or graveyard of or below the amount of counters you have. Final Rest is just good for getting rid of annoying little things your opponent might have. Tribute of the Doom, same. Oh, no. He's good for getting rid of monsters. Sorry, I fought a giant samurai deck or whatever, super heavy samurai, and that would have helped a lot. This one just helps you get rid of your opponent's garbage. It lets you discard a card and destroy one of your opponent's cards. Again, this is kind of the same deal, just good for getting rid of things. A good defensive card, in case you need to defend from 1 more attack. This card works really good with Despot 7, because if they're in defense position, you just annihilate them, you do piercing damage. 1 for 1 is good for getting Despot 1 out if you need them, and it doesn't use one of your summons. Forbidden Lance is just a good protection thing from getting them destroyed or whatever. So, that's it. I'm going to try to make this intro quick so the video doesn't cut out on me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell thing, because that's what all the YouTubers ask you to do. Click the bell thing. Goodbye.